In other news, if you've ever suffered from back pain, neck pain, you know it can be crippling and literally stopping you sometimes in your tracks from the simplest of daily tasks.
Many people turn to the help of a chiropractor for relief. Dr. Eric Waldorf is a chiropractor and is the author of Yes, Chiropractic can help you. And we thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Laura.
There are some people who swear by their chiropractors. Other people say it's just not for me, it doesn't work. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, not everything works for everybody. I mean, some people can take a drug and be allergic to it. Some people can take a drug and be perfectly fine and healed. But there's distinct differences between chiropractic and medicine. And I've put together a demonstration today to show them to you.
Okay.
So I'd like to give each of you a rubber band.
Okay. This is good. This is what you're going to talk about.
Right.
This is the safety pin cycle, right?
Well, no, this is different.
Oh, I was jumping ahead of my questions.
That's okay.
All right, so we're going to
wrap the rubber band around your finger.
rubber band around our finger. So we have a live demonstration here.
All right, live.
Okay.
Here on Ebru today. All right.
My finger is turning very red.
Okay. So if you were to go to your medical doctor with this, we'll just call it a condition. Okay? You're swollen and you're in pain. So naturally, what would the medical doctor do? Give you a painkiller.
Give you a script.
Right, an anti-inflammatory.
Or cut the rubber band off.
Well, that's what we would do it. It's a chiropractic. Chiropractic is a physical solution to a physical problem. So you come in with a bone pushing on a soft nerve, and we slowly remove it. So if you just take one of those wraps off, really didn't do much.
Right.
Okay? You take another one off. Starting to feel a little better, the circulation's starting to come back. Take one more off. Now it's starting to really feel better. And then we finally get the rubber band off. But you see how the rubber band is still there. So there's a propensity for the rubber band to come back. So what we recommend is maintenance care. So we constantly check you to make sure that that rubber band is not going back.
That makes
sense.
sense.
So the bone is not pushing and putting pressure on the nerve.
Now, there seems to be a rift between the world of medical doctors and the world of doctors of chiropractic. Training very different?
Training is absolutely the same.
Really?
We actually have more hours of training than medical doctors. Where it differs is they go and learn pharmacology, and we go and learn adjusting. But we have more hours in neurology, more hours in orthopedics, more hours in radiology. They have more hours in delivering babies and psychology, things that we normally don't do. But if there's a problem that's neuromusculoskeletal, you really want to see a chiropractor first.
Well, some people go to a chiropractor for health maintenance. And
Yes.
before we came on air, you told me you did an adjustment on your own child at 3 hours old.
Yes, both of them.
What
my
are the
children.
benefits to maintenance, to going to a chiropractor, even if you don't have a pain in the back?
Okay, give you an example of the child. When you're born, in order to go through the birth canal, your spine has to be pulled completely straight. That's the only way you could fit through the birth canal. Spine's supposed to have natural curves to it. So if those natural curves don't bounce back, what happens to the baby? Sometimes they can't nurse on one side. Sometimes they have colic. Sometimes they have what's called torticollis, where their head is turned to one side. And by doing a simple adjustment of the atlas, we can correct all that.
Wow.
Now, and you told me also that as a result of what you believe is your proactive care, you didn't even vaccinate your children.
No.
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 Now, we wouldn't recommend this for everyone, but
what I
you're
believe
saying
it's personal choice.
Right.
I mean, if you look at what's in the vaccines, and if you look at what vaccine directors or owners have been spoken to about, there's thimerosal, there's different preservatives, there's aborted cells, there's different things that are in vaccines that don't belong in the human body.
But those generally aren't elements or in the realm of chiropractic. I'm going to get back to some of the things you talk about in your
Sure,
book.
please.
And why you recommend chiropractic is not just something you go to when you've been in an auto accident or you've had a back injury, but something that you do as a proactive way of maintaining health.
Do you go to the dentist every 6 months?
Sure.
Why?
Keep an eye on your teeth, cavities, things like that.
So who's keeping an eye on your spine? Your medical doctor's not keeping an eye on your spine. They're keeping an eye on your overall health. You only get one spine. You can get a tooth replaced, you can get a bridge work, you can get fillings, but you can't get your spine replaced. So doctors of chiropractic keep the spine healthy. And since the brain is the master control system of the entire body, and the nerves and messages flow from the brain through the body, the only way to keep it healthy is seeing a chiropractor, and that's where we get to the safety pin.
Okay.
So if we look at the top of the safety pin as the brain, and the safety pin itself as how the nerves or messages are flowing through the body, if we open up the safety pin, there's a disconnect. So what chiropractic adjustments do are slowly close that disconnect until everything is flowing properly again.
So if something's impinging on the nerve anywhere in that conduit,
Right.
you can make an adjustment that releases the pressure on that nerve.
Absolutely.
And you're saying this is a slow process. A lot of people think chiropractic care, they think that quick neck adjustment, and people think, can I break my neck if I go to a chiropractor?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not?
Absolutely not. There are people that are motor vehicle accidents that get hit by a 10-ton truck and they don't break their neck. I'm doing a specific thrust at a specific line of drive with specific force. So it's not that much that's going to break anything.
So what do you need to look for in choosing a chiropractor as we end out this segment? Because, you know, like we've said before, some people have full faith and some are skeptical.
Okay. First thing I would do is not open up the phone book and look. I mean, you could find anything in the phone book. You want to find somebody who's reputable, somebody who you know is going to see a chiropractor. So ask a friend, go on the internet, look at Google, see how that chiropractor is rated. If you look at my ratings, you know, I have hundreds of satisfied customers.
We'll call a chiropractor and ask him where he'd go.
Exactly.
There you go. Personal recommendations. Well, Doctor, we thank you so much for taking your time to talk. And we love the demonstrations as well.
Well, thank you very much for having me.